What's going on, all you wild foodies out there? It's your two favorite chefs back here for Cinephellas, and we're going to be talking about the brand new film, The Menu, that just came out not too long ago, with Uncle Ray Fiennes behind us, and the rest of the cast: Anya Taylor-Joy and Nicholas Holt. Then I'm Logan Myers, and that's my good mate over there.
And I'm Henry Hill. And since you're the foodie out of the two of us, I'm going to let you lead this one off.
But the recent Head of the Bear, they're going about this in the big screen adaptation with The Menu.
It's all part of the menu.
It's okay.
No, we're gonna die today.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's right, we have Mark Mylod directing this film. He's famous for Succession. He's done a lot of other shows out there, but he's at the helm for this film. And essentially, the setup: there's this restaurant on an island, a very fancy restaurant, for like $1,200 a pop per people, and it only seats like a dozen customers essentially. But all these different groups of people behind me end up going to this very nice restaurant for a very exquisite dinner, something they paid for, maybe some other things they didn't pay for.
A lot of awesome satire on the whole industry. Obviously, taking a page out of Uncle Gordon Ramsay's book. Any of those chef shows that you've watched where they're trying to prepare and craft the perfect meal. This is really that in a nutshell. This movie's inviting all these rich people, each with their own interests and things that they're trying to accomplish by going to this, and a lot of deception going on in the background, and a lot of people trying to get ahead and status, and it's a very much a look at status and class and the whole industry of chef and the beautiful look, creations that these chefs can make with their food. It's really like almost like they're writing a book and preparing these different meals and putting them together in this way and presenting them. It's very much like a movie, like a story they want to tell by preparing these, elaborate meals.
Basically an art form, essentially. The way that they put the stuff together, they're much like artists. And the way that they put, they plate the food on there, and it has like the puree or whatever sort of sauce on there, and it's like a canvas, and it's really sexual. It's like for foodies like this, going to this stuck up snobby restaurant that only the elite can, attend to, the rich, and they go in there, and you have Nicholas Holt's character is like a foodie, and he's really into the chef and really excited. And his date here, Anya Taylor-Joy, is like, okay, I get it. He was like really, really excited about this experience. And Ray Fiennes playing the chef, he's a psychopath, like follows Anya Taylor-Joy's character in the bathroom, and just a lot of weird stuff, all different groups of people. And that's when things start getting pretty messy.
Yeah, it's definitely better to watch this without knowing nothing about what's going to happen. Honestly, we don't want to give out any details on this, and that's how both of us watched it. We didn't really know too much about it, other than it was going to be something about this famous chef inviting these people and have all these great cast of characters and all these great actors and actresses. John Leguizamo playing this big shot Hollywood type there. Yeah, your favorite actor? No, one of your,
No.
you do not like him at all. But yeah, basically playing himself in this, this big shot Hollywood guy who thinks he's all that. Then you have all these other type of people, some bring in there were significant others, each with their own story, and you're getting all everybody's stories here. And you find out, people have been cheating on each other. You find out this person is actually wanting to be a chef. He's here because he wants to look great in front of the chef here. But yes, the less you know, the better. Just know that you're going to get a great satire and look at the whole industry, and you're going to get some horror in this, and very well done. I didn't see a lot of this coming, and I liked how they presented it and how it was all presented in this, in the chef's creation, we'll say, and how he involved everybody there that he invited. Everybody had their purpose there, and it was all kind of orchestrated from the start. Whereas, like you mentioned, Anya Taylor Joy's character, she's like the outsider. She doesn't like buy into all this, so she's the one that's kind of figuring it out and figuring out things as you go. She's basically the viewer, us going in there with fresh eyes, not hypnotized by what's all going on. And I had a fun time with this. This was one that I had heard about, that the boys had talked about it on the podcast, and had heard it was, had some horror elements to it. and it hit HBO Max recently, and I'm glad that I watched it. I had a really good time with this movie.
Yeah, this is a movie you don't want to know too much about, and we're not going to spoil, major details here, just overall thoughts of that. Another movie I knew nothing about, just from word of mouth. I know the cast. Didn't see any trailers for it, but really going in with fresh eyes. I really had a great time with this. Not what I expected. Really taking a look at the social classes, the elite, the rich, like they did in White Lotus. Wealthy people are miserable human beings and pieces of shit, and satire in that way of people that are doing really bad things. Well, because they can, they're powerful, they have money, and that's what it's going at here. And Ray Fiennes is really, you could tell that he hates people, but he's a chef and he loves to, make food. That's what he does. He's a chef. So there's a lot of cool takes on this, a lot of great performances in this, very dark towards the end. As you said, everybody has a purpose in this, and they really do, and doesn't end well for some of them. But overall, as a movie as a whole, I really had a great time with this. Great directing. Cinematography was absolutely beautiful wherever they shot this. The whole restaurant experience, I've been there before, and it's just like otherworldly, like you're just, eyes gazed over, just looking at everything, and just feels like you're in a museum or something. Just beautiful. It's an art form, and they really captured that beautifully. With Us Loving the Bear, this is a more take on, like Gordon Ramsay, like really nice, expensive food that you can't afford all the time. But overall, I had a great time with this, and a movie I highly recommend. This movie is currently streaming on HBO Max. So that being said, I'm going to give The Menu a 3.5 out of 5 Rafe Fiennes hair pieces.
I'm going to agree with you. A great movie to watch, one that flew under the radar for me. The less you know, the better. Everybody check this out on HBO Max. I am going to give The Menu a 3.5 out of 5 Mario Batali hair pieces.
I want to hear from all you aspiring chefs out there. What did you like about The Menu? What didn't you like about The Menu? What's your favorite cooking TV show right now? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe. Also, check out these wild chefs on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV movie news and reviews.
So tell me, if you invited me over for the ultimate meal, what would you prepare?
Beef Wellington, for sure.
And you know what I'd prepare for you? Beef stroganoff, the hamburger helper box.
I was going to say spam.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yours sounds much more appetizing and appealing. Obviously, you have cooking in your blood, so it makes sense that you prepare something amazing. And I'm glad we got to watch this, buddy. This was a good one to watch. Another, good horror at the start of 2023. I know it technically came out last year, but we watched it at the start of the year. So we're 2 for 2 in horror in January. Who would have thought?
That's right, which means Scream, the next Scream movie that comes out in New York, is going to be awful. So I can't wait to tear that one apart. But we're off to a good start this year, so far this year in 2023, folks. And we got plenty more coming to you very soon in terms of TV, movies, podcasts, interviews, and much, much more. So stay tuned to our YouTube channel right here. Lots of videos coming out in 2023 from these wild Cinephellas boys.
That's right. And we'll be back really soon with another movie review. So until the next Cinephellas movie review, I'm Uncle Henry Bourdain.
I'm Logan Fine, signing out until the next movie review.
Cheers.